Hey millennials, today I want to talk to you about something that has significantly improved the quality of my life in the short period of time that I've been using it. And it's also helped keep me extremely organized. So if you want to know what that is, then keep watching. I'm talking about my lovely Freedom Mastery Planner. I love this book. I have been using it very, very diligently every single day. And I find that it's really easy for me to keep using it because I naturally do a lot of the things that this book prompts you to do, but I never really had a place to keep everything in one space, right? Like this is the one book that allows me to keep track of my months, my weeks, my days, but also my goals and my vibrational frequency, the energy that I'm putting out, which is a huge deal because the energy that you put out is really who you're showing up as in the world. And the energy that you put out affects the people around you, affects the things that you attract into your life, and affects your mood tremendously. So today I want to review the planner a little bit, but not just review it as a product, also show you how you can use it as a really cool life tool to get yourself in check every single day and help you stay aligned with your goals so that you can reach them. Before I get into it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you get value out of this video. And don't forget to hit the bell so that you don't miss another one of our videos. So let's talk a little bit about this planner and how it came into my life. For a while now, I've been wanting a really good agenda. I used to keep track of things in different places. Having things in separate places just was not very convenient for me anymore. So I was searching for a tool that I could use that would allow me to keep everything in one place. I was on Amazon looking for this planner that I knew was going to come into my life, that was going to change my life. And I was just about to give up because I couldn't find anything that fit me. And I was just going to keep using my system, my system of my planner with my journal and my clipboard and my other book. Like there were so many things going on. And then I saw an ad for the Freedom Mastery Planner pop up on Amazon. And it was different. It seemed different because it wasn't just a planner. It was a workbook. It was a life workbook. And it had note pages and it had places for you to keep your goals and for you to track your habits, the habits that you're trying to create and working towards mastering. And the more that I read through the reviews, the more I realized, holy cow, this book is for me. This is exactly what I've been looking for. There are a bunch of different covers that you can choose from. The one that I chose is this really pretty one that has affirmations and a tree of life. It says Law of Attraction Planner, and they're different affirmations. If you know anything about me and about this channel, What Was Millennial, about this group that I'm in with my two best friends, we are all about attracting things into our lives. We're all about manifesting, and we are huge on affirmations because we believe that they help raise your vibrational frequency and they help you become who you want to be, because what you speak is what you think, and what you think over time is what you believe. So the more we speak affirmations, the more we start to believe them about ourselves. So that's just the cover. This is just the cover. You see how excited I am about the cover? What I love the most about this planner is that it has an emotional vibration check, a scale where you can look at it and decide how you're feeling. And based on how you're feeling, either you're vibrating at a really low frequency, and the lowest on this scale anyway is fear, grief, depression, powerlessness, and victimhood. Or you could be at the very top, joy, knowledge, empowerment, freedom, love, and appreciation. And there's like this whole scale in between. I've seen this before. I want to say it was in the book Ask and It Is Given. Depending on where you're at, it has like different affirmations that you can say. And I'll get to how I like to use this page in a moment, but I just think it's really important to highlight it and to talk about it because I don't think enough people are aware of the frequency that they're vibrating at and how that affects what they're attracting into their lives. And having a tool like this and checking in with this regularly can help you get to a place of wellness and happiness on a regular basis, not a daily basis. We're human after all, we're not robots, so we're not always going to be happy. But I truly believe that our natural state of being is wellness and happiness. And if we're not in that state, then there's something off and we're unaligned. And sometimes we need to take the time to honor that. And that means that we might be vibrating at a bit of a lower frequency once in a while. But naturally, our best and most natural state is that of happiness. And this scale helps you evaluate where you're at. And there are questions after the scale on the very following page that helps you understand why you are where you're at, helps you do a little bit of internal digging to figure out what's really going on under the surface so that you can heal, you can do the inner work, and you can get yourself to vibrate at a higher frequency so that you can manifest the things that are most important to you. I don't want to get too far into the technicalities of how this works, but I do want to share with you what I do on a daily basis with the tools that I just shared with you to help me raise my vibrational frequency and start my day off with a grateful, open heart that is ready to take on anything that comes my way. So every single morning, what I like to do is, once I open my eyes, say a small prayer of gratitude. I'm grateful for my health, for my safety, for my home, for my wealth. I'm grateful to my ancestors. I'm grateful for my family, for all the love between us, and for all the love that I feel throughout my life. Those are the first things that I give gratitude for every single morning when I wake up. And then I go about my important things. I'll like prepare my baby's bottle, and then I'll, go to the bathroom, wash my face, brush my teeth, all that good stuff. But after I'm done with that, I sit on the floor in my living room and I say another prayer. This one's a more involved prayer. Maybe I could say it that way, but it's basically one that has a little bit more thought and feeling into it versus my automatic, morning prayer once I open my eyes. This is more of a prayer that helps me tap into consciousness, not just my own consciousness, but the collective consciousness. And I get to then pray for the people that are in my life but aren't necessarily in my life on a daily basis. I get to pray for people in other countries that are going through things that I couldn't even imagine. I get to pray for the collective as a whole, for what this world is going through, for it to heal. And I start to really tap into how I can make an impact in the world with my energy. And then I meditate. So I like to think that prayer is a way to ask, and it's a way to put out the goodness in our hearts. And I like to think that meditation is a way to receive. And I sit in silence with my hands open, usually with a crystal, which is a whole other topic that I can create a whole other video about. But I sit and I meditate for even just 5 minutes every single morning. And I think about each energy point in my body. These are also known as chakras. And I like to align my chakras. I like to say affirmations internally, just to myself, for each chakra. That's my spiritual practice in the morning. Then I turn to my handy dandy planner and I open up the page with the emotional vibration scale. And I ask myself, very honestly ask myself, how am I feeling today? Am I in a state of bliss? Am I enthusiastic? Am I hopeful? Am I frustrated? Do I feel like blaming someone? Am I angry? Am I depressed? I'll be very honest with you. Very honest with you. Sometimes I'm frustrated. Sometimes I'm blaming people. I'm not always in a state of hopefulness and optimism and enthusiasm. That's where I like to get, but I don't always start there. But this helps because I can go from frustrated to hopeful just by tapping into the energy that I received in my meditations, and then by reading my affirmations. So depending on where I'm at and how I'm feeling on this vibrational scale, I will read the affirmations that correspond to that feeling. So if I'm frustrated, I will read all of these affirmations, but I don't stop there. Nah, I keep going. Then I read all the affirmations above it. And then I read all the affirmations above that until I get to the very, very top block, which is bliss. And when I say I read the affirmations, I don't just read them. I open my heart. I feel them in my heart. Sometimes I get to an affirmation and it hits me. It hits me so good that I have to repeat it once or twice or 3 or 4 times. And I will put my hand on my heart and repeat that affirmation and feel it. And that is what makes a difference. when I really tap into what it is that I'm saying, because remember, your words become your thoughts become your beliefs dictate your behaviors. The more I say these words to myself and the more I feel into those words as I'm saying them, the better I start to feel. That shift in perception from frustrated to hopeful to enthusiastic to blissful is miraculous. And it only takes 5 minutes to go through this exercise. But once I'm done, I can breathe easy. And then when I'm done with my affirmations, I like to turn to the page with all the questions on it. And the questions are very simple. They aren't very deep questions, but if you take a moment to answer them honestly, without much thought, I like to rapid fire answer these questions, then what comes out is what's truly in my heart. And that helps me understand where I'm at in that day. And I think that sometimes we go about our days not really truly knowing how we feel and why we feel the way that we feel. But answering these questions in the planner that help you start your day right helps you really understand where your subconscious is at, especially if you're doing rapid fire answering. You might be surprised at the things that come out of your mouth when you answer those questions, or the things that come to your mind when you answer them. Personally, I like to say these things out loud. I like to respond out loud because that helps me really truly do a rapid fire. I find that if I'm answering out of my mind, it gives me more time to think about the answer. And I don't want to think about the answer. I just want to let it out, because then it comes from a place that's really truly deep inside and in my subconscious. And sometimes I say the answer and I'm like, oh, really? That's what I'm feeling? You might be surprised. And I think that the reason it works out that way is because I do the work beforehand with the meditation, with the prayer and the meditation and the affirmations. I kind of prime my subconscious to get the answers that are truly within me out. And then by the time my baby girl wakes up, I am ready to take on the day and anything that comes my way. Don't get me wrong, life isn't perfect. Things happen that still get me frustrated throughout the day, but I can always go back to that state of well-being that I felt in the morning whenever things go wrong. I can remember that I started the day off feeling good and that my natural state of being is wellness and happiness. And that helps me get back to a place of alignment. I think about my chakras a lot throughout the day. So I really do think it's important that I share the information that I know about chakra healing and alignment and unblocking your chakras. So I'll talk about that more in another video, but I think it's really important that you guys understand that the energy that you put out makes a really big difference in your day, and having a spiritual practice and working through things like what's in this planner can help you really get to a place of receptivity and help you vibrate at a really high frequency regularly so that you can manifest the things that you want the most in your life. So if you don't have this planner, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. If you do have this planner, I would love to hear how you use it and what you find to be the most valuable in this planner. As always, thank you for your time. I know that you could be doing a lot of other things with it. So the fact that you chose to watch this video and learn a bit more about your vibrational frequencies and how to raise them with some tools, especially this one, it means a lot to me. If you have any questions at all, any comments, any of your own practices that you really feel help raise your vibrational frequencies, or anything about this planner that you might want to share, go ahead and leave it in the comments below and we will get back to you. Thank you so much for your time. See you soon. They should be paying me for this.